In this particular video, I'm going to share with you the one key ingredient that can help you take your personal brand from where it is right now all the way to a place where you can simply be ignored. And this is something that you do not want to miss. Dimitri, let's get right into it. When it comes to your personal brand, the very panache you're going to add to the identity or the self-concept that you have identified for yourself. Many people simply say, yes, you have to pay attention to the colors, make sure you pay attention to this and that. I would say, yes, this is fine. Make sure you pay attention to the message. I hear this is all wonderful things. But there's one particular element or one particular ingredient that you cannot overlook. Do you want to know what it's called? Integrity. While this word may have different meaning to many different people, my definition of integrity is very simple. Be the same person that you are when nobody's watching as when you go out. In other words, integrity is the art and science of fusing who you are when nobody's watching and who you are when you are out there and talking about what you do on a professional level and so forth, a business level. So there must be no gap between the person that you are when you close your door and you go home and the person that people see out there when you go out to do your business. Integrity is simply the one spark that you're going to give to your personal brand, and this spark only comes when you learn how to fuse your spiritual self and your social self. Spiritual self is the person that you are when nobody's watching. You know your values, you know your beliefs, you know your vision, you know exactly who you are. You know that yes, I'm a spiritual being having a physical experience, not the other way around. So when I go home and I close door, I'm in my temple. I define for myself what the vision is. I define for myself what the values and the beliefs are. But somehow when you go out there, you tend to present the social self. And in many people, there is a disconnect between the spiritual self and the social self. And that gap, people can actually smell it. You may try to hide it, but people will smell that, yes, there's something about so-and-so. It sounds nice, it looks nice, but there's something missing. And when they feel that, yes, the integrity is there, you are the same person on the outside as inside, they simply say, yes, this is someone I would like to pay attention to. And let me just give you just one example to actually illustrate what I'm talking about. There's an amazing artist, an amazing lyricist in America by the name of Bob Dylan, born in 1941 in America. This gentleman has been writing lots of beautiful music. But guess what? The first time it was actually awarded a Grammy was in 1973. And between 1973 and 1980, somehow things were not actually happening for him when it comes to getting another award. But what happened is in 1979, he decided to go home and basically say to himself, I am going to reconcile who I am on the inside and who I am on the outside. In other words, I'm going to reconcile my spiritual self and my social self. I know when nobody's watching behind closed doors. I'm a believer. I'm a born-again believer. But when I go out there, I tend to present a persona that's not really reflective of who I am deep within. But in 1979, he says, I'm going to take the bold step of releasing a song that reflects who I am. And that song simply says, you gotta serve somebody. And that song had very clear direction as to what he was saying in terms of presenting the gospel in his own manner. And at one point, the lyrics of the song simply says, you gotta serve somebody. You gotta serve either the devil or you gotta serve the Lord. It was basically a message in which there was no ambiguity. It was absolutely clear. When the message was aired on the radio, people were saying, okay, this is a very bold step. It's a very bold move. We don't know what's going to happen. But they were paying attention because they said, my goodness, it seemed like this guy has now decided to be true to himself, to be authentic as far as who he is deep inside. And they started paying attention. And next thing you know, he's nominated for the award for the Grammys in 1980. February comes. At the shrine in LA, is invited to also perform the song. He performed the song right in front of this crowd of all his co-workers and also all the music executives sitting there. And he has the audacity to say that you can be an ambassador, you can be a boss, you can be this and that. But at one point, my friend, you gotta serve somebody. You gotta serve either the devil or you gotta serve the Lord. And at the end of the presentation, he walked away. Shortly after that, he realized that this was now the very place where he was also nominated. And they simply say, and the winner is Bob Dylan. And he walks back to the stage to receive his award. And he also, of course, to say that, yes, I'm a man of integrity. I am a man of authenticity. And I accept this because I want to marry the spiritual self and my social self. And from that point, guess how many other Grammys he won from that point, 1980 up until now? 8 more Grammys for a grand total of 10 Grammys in his career. Why? Because at one point he simply says, I'm no longer going to be playing when it comes to my personal brand. I'm going to simply embrace, oh my goodness, this is the right word for this key ingredient. I'm going to simply be authentic and go back to a place of integrity. If you've been enjoying this video, please make sure to share it with as many people as possible. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that next time we put together a video, you can be amongst the first one to see it. Alright, now back to our presentation. Now, back to yourself. So as far as you are concerned, here's the assignment. So you have to really go back and just say to yourself, I'm going to be taking some time over the next few days, 10 minutes on a daily basis, just to think on paper. Here are the key questions to consider. What is your vision? Number 1. What are the values and the beliefs that are consistent with this vision? Number 2. Number 3, last but not least, how are you going to now reconcile the spiritual self or this identity, this self-concept that has this vision, these values and beliefs, and with this social self that you are on the outside? How people are going to know how authentic you are, because once you embrace this authenticity as the key ingredient as far as your personal branding process is concerned, my friend, all I can simply say is sky is going to be the limit. Alright, I'm gonna stop right here. Before I go, just a quick reminder, you are a man and a woman, or a woman of significance. But in order for that significance to be manifested, you have to be intentional when it comes to how you're going to be branding yourself. And the right way to brand yourself is by simply embracing this key ingredient, otherwise known as authenticity or integrity. Be the same person that you are when nobody's watching, and the same person that you must be when people are watching. Once you do that, my friend, people are simply going to say, yes, this is indeed someone who has flip the switch, and we have no other choice but to pay attention to what he is saying. Alright, much love everyone. Take good care. I'm out.